Hey guys, so today we have the Opel Astra in for a complete detail. This one we're actually going to do quite a bit. We are going to wash, we're going to clay, and then we're going to sand a little bit, and we're also going to then obviously do our paint correction, meaning we're going to compound and we're going to polish. This car has been resprayed, and unfortunately it does have quite a bit of dust nibs and quite a bit of fish eyes. Now they're both on the opposite end of the spectrum. The one is actually like a peak. It's got like a hill, if I can put it that way. And all that means is there was a lot of dirt in the air, a lot of particles, and as they were busy spraying, especially the clear coat, that came and rested on top of the actual clear when it was busy curing. Okay, so we should be able to get away with using a heavy grade clay bar to actually level that dust nib. In certain cases or in severe cases you might need to sand it, but a good quality heavy grade clay bar should be able to level it quite nicely. Then on the other side we have the fish eyes, and all that means is you have paint that's sunken, and that's also due to the prep work not being 100%. Think of like a water and oil situation where when they sprayed the base coat and the clear, it formed a little puddle. And what's happened is it makes like a little crater. So the paint pushes up, but then there's that little divot. Now, for the most part, you really can't sort out fish eyes. You can sand it to a certain level, but you don't want to sand too much because then you can obviously go through the clear, and that's what we don't want. So we're going to sand to a certain extent to kind of lighten the clay bar. We don't need to sand aggressively. 2000 grit, 2005, or even 3000 grit should suffice, but I'm going to use 2000 grit on this car. Alright, so the plan of action is we're going to wash, or we're going to foam up the car, and then we're going to see if we need to use an iron remover, and then thereafter we'll then do the clay. The owner of this car has tried to look after it as much as possible, so especially the interior, there's not a lot of work for me there. I'm still going to extract, I'm still going to lather the leather with some form of leather conditioner, but the exterior work is where most of the work is going to go. So with that being said, let's get to it. Okay, so I ran out of my Wheel Shines Super, which is an amazing wheel cleaner. I always say that. High alkaline, so it can be used on most automotive rims, alloys, wheels, but it's not a problem. We're going to make our own. And so for that we're going to use Brak, which is an alkaline based cleaner. This you have to dilute. I have already done a video on this where I use it as a pre-clean. It's a 500 ml bottle. I think there's about 400 ml of water. This doesn't foam up a lot, so all I'm going to do is I'm going to add a little bit of the snowy wash, just as a means to create a little bit more suds, so that it just stays a little bit longer and works a bit more on the rim and the actual tire. And then I've got a foam sprayer. Not a fan of this one. There's another one that I want to get, but anyway, let's quickly get to it. Wheels done. Now we can move on to just the normal contact wash. Snowy wash in here, diluted 1 in 10. So I think I added about 70 mils, and so the car's been washed and we have dried it. I did spray on an iron remover. There was nothing actually, but I expected that. So what we're going to do now is we're going to quickly just clay the car. As you guys can see, there's a lot of imperfections on the paint. We spoke about this at the intro with the dust nibs and the fish eyes. So the dust nibs, we're going to be able to sort that out with, let me quickly come over there. The Shield Overspray Clay Bar. This will get rid of most of the dust nibs. There's quite a few of them, it's very prominent. The fish eyes, there's not much we can do about that. As I mentioned before, fish eyes is sunken paint, and we can only sand to a certain extent before we're going to break through the clear, and we don't want that. So the sanding just kind of just lightens it, or kind of just makes it a little bit less obvious, but we can't get rid of fish eyes from sanding completely. It's not going to happen. So the plan now, quickly just do the claying, and then we will quickly wipe down the car. Just spray an IPA just to get rid of any last little bit of traces of the clay lube. And then we just tape up, especially here this black trim. I don't want to have any polish residue on here to fight after. And then we're going to jump into the actual claying and, well, not the claying, the compounding and the polishing. Sanding, we're going to be using 2000 grit, and we're going to finish off with 3000 grit. And the reason for that is when I come with the polish, it alleviates me having to compound too hard. I'm going to be using a rotary alongside with our Varnish, which is an MD Workshop product. Don't worry about the products. I'll put links in the description box below for you guys. But I want to quickly touch on something. This is a 200 gram. It's a very big piece of clay, medium, and in all honesty, you do not need to use this entire big block of clay bar for claying a car. So what I always recommend is, this is 200 gram. Take this 200 gram, slice it up into five equal parts, so that will be 40 grams each, which I've done over here. This is sufficient to clay this car completely, and I'll probably get about between 10 and 20 cars, depending on how bad the fallout is going to be. Also remember, a clay bar, traditional clay bar, if this thing falls on the ground, you have to throw it away. I know some guys are going to be like, yeah, but I can just cut off, the part where it landed. You just don't know what else has been, what else has found its way on the actual clay bar. So if I drop this one piece, I can just go and I can go cut myself another piece again and carry on. So there really is no need to use the entire clay bar for one car. It's a waste, and there really isn't any need. Also, by using it like this, it's small enough that you can contour nicely in your hand, so you can go everywhere, all the nooks and crannies, right across the car, and you get the good result all the time. So just a tip that I recommend to you guys. You don't need to use the entire clay bar. I will be using the Urbane, I think I'm in the picture there, but this is the Urbane Quick Detailer. This is an amazing product to be used as a clay lube. This obviously can be used as a quick detailer, so as a drying aid, and also as a standalone. Standalone protection, it's not really advised because you're going to get about maybe 2-3 weeks out of it. There is a blend of a wax and a sealant in here, but it's very small concentrate, so it's a very good product for this, but for long-term protection, not so. Also, please make sure wherever you use your clay bar is where you spray your clay lube. You can definitely see where the clay bar was trying to do its work. Okay, this part feels very nice, especially when compared to here, but we will need to sand just a few. There's a few of them that's still quite high. The dust nibs, yeah, like I mentioned, there's not much we can do there besides lighten it a bit. Alright, so that one over there, let me just see. So that there is a dust nib. You can see there that it's leveled that one quite nicely. Let me move out of the way so that the light can focus. Let me see. Yeah. So that there, the clay bar leveled quite nice. This one, I'm going to need to use sandpaper. There's quite a few of them where the clay bar has tried to do its thing. So let's come over here where I haven't used it. You can see what it normally looks like. So I haven't clayed this area over here. Clay the entire car, but what I want to do is I quickly want to just do a test spot so I know exactly what the game plan is. I've got 2000 grit sandpaper over here, and I've also got 3000, so I want to see what would happen if I just sand with 2000. How much am I going to take off? This part has been clayed, the bonnet has been clayed, as well as the roof. That there's just a sanding block, and quickly just slap this in here like this. There we go. Normally I do this, I like to work outside, but because it's quite windy right now in Johannesburg, and it's winter, there's a lot of stuff in the air, you don't want to have that situation where there's micro dirt in between the clay or the sanding and then scratching up the car even more. So sanding, you can either do dry or wet. I just always prefer to do wet sanding, just provides sufficient lubrication, and I just prefer it that way. Okay, let me quickly just zoom in. So, like that means that I'm leveled out quite nicely. There's quite a few high spots over there. So, if you come over here, obviously I didn't do anything. You can see that there's a clear designated area where I've sanded. Surface is nice and smooth now, so that's what we want. This one here, you can see how far it's gone in, so I can't do much there. That is beyond any form of repair. So yeah. So now we're going to quickly compound this area, and then we're going to polish it, and you'll see the night and day difference. We're going to use our 300 GSM towel for polish removal. Amazing towels. We sell this in a 10 pack. What we're using: Varnish, always make sure guys that you shake any product before use. Hey guys, so the first thing to note, okay, so I've done the second round of polishes, and you can see, just let me quickly zoom in, and I'm just hoping that the autofocus, there seems to have been like some form of, I don't know if it's tar or paint, those black dots, so the sanding took it out along with the compounding. And let's come back over here. So if we go like this, there we go, come, focus, there we go. So you can see a lot of the orange peel still left behind. The clay bar tried to do as much as what it could, and come over here. Now there's something I want to just say. You see like that line over there? That line, just, come on, focus. There we go. So there's a few of these scratch marks that are so deep. That's just a fish eye from the previous panel beater. I'm not going to see so lucky here, but I quickly want to show you guys when we come to the roof here. Let me use the actual light, the ceiling light. You guys can see just how deep those scratches are. Now the sanding is going to help a bit, and like you saw there on the bonnet, there's a few of them, like here, just here, this area over here, leading to up about, so from about here, going right, and then it stops there. So for an unknown reason, when they were busy flattening or like, you know, trying to remove as much of the orange peel, there you guys can see. There. Yeah. There we go. From a detailer's perspective, you know, I'm going to try and chase for perfection, like I mentioned, but there's certain things that I know I can't correct. So that there, I think I can lighten it. There's a few that I can really see. It's a bit too deep. Just there. Let me see if I can zoom in a bit more. There we go. Much better. There you guys can see it, because I mean I can see it on the screen on the camera. It's just, I don't know why these panel guys, there we go. So the sanding will take out most of it, and some of them will stay behind. So I got one mark that I showed you guys at the bottom, and I mean, you know, I could have hidden that and, you know, just focused on everywhere where there's no marks. You can definitely see how much more this side is popping in terms of clarity. And with the naked eye, it looks very, very, very good. So I got the plan of action. We're quickly going to do this area over here, and we can do the rest of the car. And remember, this is where we had those deep marks. Let's see, I think I saw something now. Where is it? There. Okay, that one's still a little bit deep, but I can go chase after that. I think I'll do that. And then there's that one there. I'm hoping the camera picks it up. Let me just try and focus it. I can see there's still a little bit, but I got rid of most of it. But then there's deeper marks, so that line there that's in the paint, I'm sure you guys can see it. There. Okay. But let's move on. Let's come here to the. Okay. Let's move on over. You can see. And if you look at the light, just look at the clarity when we come over. You can actually see the middle, what they call this, a carb light. If we go back over here, it's just like one blurry. Let's just focus that again. Or let's go like this. Let me change the color temperature. And obviously you can see all the swirls, all gone. So we got rid of all the sanding marks, we got rid of all the swirl marks. The dust lumps obviously will still be there. And like I said, I saw those deep scratches. Just focus again. I can still see traces of it. So I'm just going to quickly chase after them. But as I mentioned, swirls for days. Let me come over here. Let me just focus this light. Okay, you guys can see all the swirls. And I haven't touched this part. And there you go. Is our Reboot. This is the surface prep, and then obviously this is our towel. This is all in the workshop based products. Yes, we sell this in a 10 pack, amazing quality. This is a 300 GSM. We still sell the 350 as well, which is a little bit more plush, but this is perfect for polish removal, cleaning your windows, and just general use around the car. We're going to use this one cloth when we do the coating, and then we'll use a 350 GSM as the secondary towel. Also, our Reboot, what makes us different from just using an IPA with water, there is another surfactant in here that actually helps create a little bit more lubricity so that you don't scratch the surface. You don't want to have something that's just too rough, you know, it doesn't provide lubricity. You're going to start scratching and marring up the surface again. So Amazing product. Again, links in the description box below. But yeah, easy to use, literally just spray and then wipe. So I'm going to be using Nasiol Metalcoat F2. All I've done, this is the product, I've just decanted it into a conventional dropper. I prefer to have the coating like this. Essentially, Metalcoat comes in with a sprayer, but like I mentioned, I like to put it in a dropper bottle. Always wear gloves when you're working with coatings. That's going to be to spread or to spread the product. And always make sure. Just remove this tag. This is the 300 GSM towel. That will be the initial wipe. Secondary wipe, which is a 350 GSM. So perfect combination. Always just make sure well ventilated room, and just take your time. You should be good to go. You want to look for when it starts to bubble or starts to create like a hydrophobic effect or the sweating effect. So that I can see on this section and it's starting to happen here. And that's it. The one half of the roof is done. And this is the beauty with the Metalcoat from Nasiol, in that it has a long curing time. So you're able to do quite a bit before it starts to get tacky or you're starting to struggle to remove any residue. And then you start stressing and what you need to do. Obviously, once you start leveling it, it feels slick underneath the towel. And then the more this cures, the more shine, the more gloss is going to generate. So yeah, I'm going to show you guys, I'm going to do the one half of the bonnet and then I'll come and do the other half and then I'll level it and then yeah, we'll take it from there.